Pardon this brief interruption. I just wanted the folks that are watching to know that the Michael Jordan hierarchy posters are still available. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the Michael Jordan hierarchy playlist on this very channel. You won't be disappointed. These posters are incredible. Over 400 have been sold. Here is an image of what the front of that poster looks like. It's branded, it's high definition, it's glossy. It's got images of well over 300 of Michael Jordan's best cards separated into tiers. Many people are using this as sort of a guideline, sort of a checklist on how they want to collect Michael Jordan basketball cards. And on the back of the poster, maybe the best kept secret, is one of the largest Michael Jordan pack odds lists in the entire world. Guys, the posters are available, over 400 sold. I have plenty of them in inventory. All of the details on how you can order these posters are included in the YouTube description to this and every video that you see on the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel. All right, guys, I think you guys are going to be excited about today's episode of Explore the Card. It's Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. And believe it or not, this is episode number 73, and we are featuring the 1997 Metal Universe Championship hardware. We're talking about a big boy card, 1 in 5,400 pack odds. The gem mint copies are slim pickings. It comes from an iconic set from maybe the best year of 1990, not maybe, but almost certainly the best year of 1990s basketball cards. It's on your screen. It's delicious. It's amazing. As always, when we do these videos where we do a deep dive into a Michael Jordan insert or parallel, you know we have to start with where the card comes from. And as I mentioned, this hardware insert comes from the 1997 Metal Universe Championship set. Metal Universe Championship, very different than Metal Universe. It's not Series 2. It's a completely separate set. I've got it pulled up here on your screen, the 1997 Metal Universe Championship set. There are 98 players. If we click the checklist, there are 98 players, 100 cards, but 98 players, 2 checklists. Remember, this is the set that's famous for its championship PMGs, which are serial numbered to 50 with that beautiful scope pattern in the background. The championship PMG set, of course, is only 98 cards because there's no PMG checklists, just like there was no PMG checklists for the Reds or the Greens the year before. The much bigger emphasis on rookie cards in 1997 Metal Universe Championship than the 1997 Metal Universe normal set. And so just kind of keep that in mind. Almost 1/4 of the cards in this 98-player checklist. And by the way, guys, if you're always wondering, where are you, Cajun? What site are you on? I am on tcdb.com, which is Trading Card Database, and it is a fantastic resource if you're trying to learn more about basketball cards or specific set or insert or parallel. It's probably the best place to start. It's not the be-all, end-all, but you can get a lot of answers there. It was integral, for lack of a better word, in putting together the Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan hierarchy. But like I was saying, there's about 1/4 of the cards in this 98 card set are rookie cards, believe it or not. And in fact, the only 2 rookies that really ended up being collectible out of 1997 were Tim Duncan and Tracy McGrady. There are some others. I think Van Horn was in here. Billups was certainly in here, and Billups Billups got a ring on his finger, but really it was Duncan and T-Mac that emerged as the most collectible players, rookie players from this set. The championship is more sort of a traditional foil. We'll pull up the MJ so you guys can see it. It's more of a traditional foil versus the etch foil of the 1997 Metal Universe. The backgrounds of the championship, and this is not a great image, the backgrounds of the championship are more subdued than the 1997. By subdued, that's a euphemism. They're less, illicit drug-induced backgrounds. In fact, the backgrounds make more sense. There's no airplane propellers or dinosaurs attacking the players or missing limbs or, weird metallic space stations and crap like that. You'll find that stuff in 97 Metal Universe, which was way, way outside the box and awesome, by the way. But in Metal Universe Championship, it's a little bit more subdued. Of course, we know Jordan's got the Karl Malone off his left hip and jumping out of the city of Chicago, Illinois. Of course, this Jordan card is card number 23 of the base set. The PSA 10 of this card is a $1,260 card, and it is a pop 88. It is actually, for a base card, very rare, very expensive. Actually, I shouldn't say that. The PSA 10 is very rare and very expensive. Card itself, I think I've got 10 or 12 of them somewhere. Well, maybe not that many, maybe 6 or 8 of them over here somewhere in the office that just don't look like they're going to grade, even a PSA 8. And so the cards themselves are not rare. The PSA 10 is only a pop 88, very low gem rate. And that PSA 10 selling for $1,260, that card's up over 37% over the last 2 years. Not bad for a base card. There's 5 insert sets in the 1997 Metal Universe Championship, and we're going to go look at those right now because we got to get to this hardware, man. Let's talk about the damn card we're here to talk about. Here are your insert sets. All Millennium. Easier pack odds than I think most people would have realized. Championship Galaxy, we've done an Explore the Card episode on this insert set already. You guys need to go check it out. Future Champions, which is interesting, and I'm going to click in here. The name of the insert set is Future Champions, and so this is, Metal Universe trying to figure out who the future champions are going to be. Well, it's a 15-card set, and I was curious, well, how many of those 15 ended up being champions? You ready for this? Duncan, yes. Batee, no. Van Horn, no. Daniels, no. Billups, yes. Mercer, no. McGrady, no. Fortson, no. Brevin Knight, no. Derek Anderson, no. Bobby Jackson, no. Jock Vaughn, no. Tim Thomas, no. Austin Crosher, no. And Kelvin Cato, no. Correct me if I'm wrong if one of those snuck a championship in. I don't think any of those snuck in a championship unless I'm mistaken. If they did, they were not the alpha, the beta, or whatever comes after that. So 2 out of 15, not their best work. Skybox, not good at prognosticating right there, but Duncan and Billups definitely got them. The next insert set is the hardware, which we're going to talk about. Here's one thing I do want to make sure you guys understand, and I will raise my hand. I was guilty as charged because I was calling this thing the championship hardware. It's not the championship hardware. It's just from Metal Universe Championship. The insert set is hardware, just hardware. So I always call it the championship hardware, and it's going to be really hard to get out of that habit, but I was going to kind of lay that out there so you guys knew it's just called hardware. Michael Jordan 97 hardware is what you should call the insert. It's 1 in 360 packs. There's 15 in the case. It's about 1 in every 15 boxes. Because there's 15 players, Jordan is then a 1 in 5,400 insert. Another insert set in here is Trophy Case, which I think are great looking. I've never seen these cards. I've never seen one of these cards in my entire life. They're 1 in 96 packs, so 1 in 960 to pull any of these players, and they did a better job than future champions. Garnett, Grant Hill, Stoudemire, Shaq, Ray Allen, Peyton Kemp, Olajuwon, Stockton, Antoine Walker. Only Antoine Walker is kind of an imposter. Stoudemire as well in there. But that's a pretty good 10-card insert set, and I think those cards are actually really good looking. Let me just show you guys what, for instance, the Shaquille O'Neal looks like. Check this out. That's a good looking card. It's got a little bit of a competitive advantage feel. If you guys recall the competitive advantage die cut, which I think we've done an Explore the Card episode on, it's got a little bit of that feel with the sort of the Roman, column looking, aqueduct thing in the background. Not exactly, but you get my drift. You know where I'm going with that thing. But interesting insert set that I don't know a damn thing about. Why? There's no Kobe. There's no Jordan. That's why. Nobody else knows about it either. So you're welcome. There's your brand new exciting insert set of the day. Go get the set, fellas. There's only one parallel. It is the Precious Metal Gems. So unlike 97 Metal Universe, where you had the reds and the greens, or the rubies and the emeralds, serial number to 100, but really 10 and 90. Here you only have 50 of each. Only 98 because 2 of them are checklists, and they are serial numbered to 50. And of course, Jordan is serial numbered 23 out of 50 in there as well. The fascinating thing about this parallel set, the PMGs from the championship set, is that the last 5 of them were reserved. There was an Ultimate Gems redemption card. 5 of them were inserted in all of the boxes in all of the world. And if you pulled one of those 5 redemption cards, they sent you a 98 card complete PMG set. In fact, basketball card Fanatics magazine, which is now no longer in business, but it was, and it was awesome. I think they had 50 plus issues, 52, 51, 52, something like that. They did an issue and did an article on the gentleman that actually pulled one of those redemptions and got a complete set of 98 championship PMGs, serial number to 50, which is, I'm guessing, $2 or $3 million. I don't know. You guys tell me. They're all in great condition, so it would be worth a hell of a lot if you ask me. I actually own a championship PMG Jordan from that parallel set, and mine is one of the redemptions. So mine is one of the 5 redemption Jordans. Some people think those should be worth less because they weren't pack pulled. Some people think those should be worth more because they're, 1/9 as available as the pack pulled 45 that came out of packs. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just happy to have it, and the card looks exactly the same. The hardware is not championship hardware. I did make another note to make sure you guys know that, so I'm going to try my best not to call it championship hardware. I've done that my whole life, ever since I got into collecting 90s Jordan cards, and I'm going to try to stop it on this video today. In the set, let's look at the cards that are in the hardware set. Like I said, there's 15 of them. That's how we get to 5,400, 1 in 5,400 pack odds. We got Steph, Sharif, Shaq, Scotty, Michael, Marcus Camby, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Kerry Kittles, Grant Hill, Dennis Rodman, Tim Duncan, Antonio Daniels. Wow, there's your imposter. Anthony Hardaway and Allen Iverson, although I will say this, he does the local broadcast for the New Orleans Pelicans, and he is really fun to listen to. Antonio Daniels is hilarious to listen to. I really like him. He does a great job. He wears turtlenecks, which is a little bit off the record or a little bit off topic, but I like Antonio Daniels as a broadcaster. He was a dude that could jump out of the gym and could not shoot to save his life. So not much of an NBA career, sort of an NBA journeyman, but he would be the imposter out of those 15 without any equivocation for sure. Everybody else sort of fits the bill. All right, let's look at the card itself. Can we finally look at the damn card, Cajun? Here it is. This is my copy. So I always tell you guys I own the card, I don't own the card, what grade I have, and we'll talk through all that stuff. But this is my copy, so I do own the card. So yes, I have some bias, but guess what? I would have bias anyway because I think every Jordan card from the 90s is phenomenal and fantastic and has a place and a purpose and needs a home. But this is the 97 hardware, and this is what it looks like. I want to zoom in on that face. Are you kidding me? Is that the most intense cut your throat competitor in the world? This is my hardware. It's a BGS 9.5 Min Gem. I am guessing a lot of it has to do with a little bit of missing foil right here. And again, guys, these cards are now, what are we talking about, man? These cards are 28 years old, so there's a chance that foil loss or that staining of the foil right there, it could be caused by oxidation. I think all the flecks that you're seeing, all these little white flecks on this ridiculously zoomed in image, those are on the slab itself, but this foil loss is unmistakable. But again, I'm not going to pick apart a card that's in a 9.5 slab. Let's look at the back of the card. It's just got a Jordan with a mustache, just pondering, great veins in his head right there. Who else do you want taking the last second shot with an NBA title on the line? Time and time again, Jordan has proven to be the biggest clutch performer of all time. His presence alone could spell another NBA crown. And that is the card itself. It's a really, really good looking card. It's got a gold vibe, but him in that just vibrant red uniform really stands out. And he's got that sort of that X-ray looking image, or almost like a thermal heat map type image of him in the background. And again, as is usually the case with Metal Universe and their inserts and parallels, it's got a metallic type feel to the card itself. All right, let's give the people what they want. You guys want to know about the pops and the prices, right? So let's look at the pops and the prices. As always, if you want to screenshot this and you know how to do that, do it. If you don't, go ahead and just use your phone and hold it sideways and take a landscape picture. Let's start with the PSA 10s and BGS 9.5s. The stuff that stands out to me, obviously, you're talking about a very, very low quantity of gem copies between the two big grading companies, 17 total. That's not a lot. But what's almost more impressive is between PSA and BGS, like we said, after 27 years, 28 years, something like that, this card has only been graded 155 times. 155 copies exist in graded slabs in all of the world. 17 of them are gem. The next thing that stands out is, which is usually not the case, BGS is more than twice as hard, it's more scrutinizing than PSA is. BGS has a 7% gem rate, and PSA has a 16% gem rate. However, the last PSA 10, are you sitting for this? Sold for $34,500. That is the all-time record. Guess what? The last BGS 9.5 sold for less than 1/3 of that, $10,824, and that is an all-time record. So the last two gem copies of this card both broke all-time records. Now, that being said, if you look at look at the chart, none have sold in the last year in either grade. So no gem copy has come to the market, come to the open auction platform in the last year, which means, again, there's 17 of them out there. I got one of them. I know who's got a few of the other ones. Those dudes are not interested in selling this card. You're just not going to see very many gem copies of this card. So we have no price change data. You'll notice that many have tried to grade, but none have succeeded in getting a gem grade. So since April of 2021, if you look at the column all the way to the right, no Gem Mint PSA 10s or BGS 9.5s have come out. Nobody's gotten a 10. Nobody's gotten a 9.5 with BGS on this 1997 hardware. The PSA 9s and the BGS 9s, let me know what you think, about that price disparity there. It's obviously much easier to get a mint copy with BGS than it is to get a mint copy with PSA. It's almost the inverse of the gem grade. But we've seen 6 PSA 9s and BGS 9s combined sell in the last year. So about one every couple of months, and they do really well. The PSA 9 is actually up 9% over the last year. The BGS 9 is actually down 12% over the last year, and you can see a few of them have been added to the pop report. But again, if you're looking for a card in the PSA 9 and 10 combines, only 29. There's just not that many of those out there. There are no BGS 10s, and there are no BGS 10 black labels. Like we said, there are 17 combined. How often does it sell on the open market? 0 times in the past year. Now we want to know what's on eBay. So let's switch over to eBay. I ran a search. There are no cases and no boxes for sale on eBay. You'll see them here and there on auction houses, on high-end auctions, but you will not find one on eBay right now. When I search for the card itself, you're going to find one copy, and it's available for $8,000 or best offer. And to be honest with you, that is that would be an all-time record by a few bucks. But that is not outrageous. If you could get into this thing and you could get this guy to come off his $8,000 offer, remember, if we go back to our chart for a PSA 9, the last one sold for $5,880. So I think you might be able to get this dude into the 6,000s. I don't know. You guys tell me. I did click on it to see if he was reputable. He's got 1,161 eBay feedback, Castle Beach cards, and 100% positive feedback. So that bodes really, really well that this is a quality card. It looks like a relatively new, not too relatively new label, but a PSA label nonetheless, and it is a PSA, and we know there are, 11 of these things, 18 of these things, so it may be worth at least looking into if you're looking to get into this card in a really high grade and you can't sit around and wait for a Gem Mint copy to show up because one hasn't showed up in the last year. What do I own and what grade? We've already talked about it. That's my 9.5. I am am I a buy, a sell, or a hold? I'm a hold. As I say for Cajun Eternity, I will quite likely never pay 3 times this to pick up a PSA 10 copy. So if $34,500 is the going rate, and maybe Card Ladder thinks it's $42,000 now, but let's just say it's $34,000. There is no chance in hell I am paying $24,000 to upgrade from my 9.5 into a PSA 10. You can call me stupid. You can call me a genius. You can have whatever opinion you want, but ain't nobody paying $24,000 to upgrade from a BGS 9.5 to a PSA 10, at least no sane person that I know. So I will quite likely be sitting on this BGS 9.5 copy as long as I collect basketball cards. I do want to reiterate, this is a tier 2 hierarchy card, so it is a card that is very prominently featured in the hierarchy. We did talk about it on the hierarchy videos. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the hierarchy, a couple things. Number one, there is a video playlist on this Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel. Go search Cajun Cardboard's Michael Jordan hierarchy in my playlists and have fun, because you've got a lot of catching up to do and you're going to have a really good time. If you like this video, you're really going to like those videos. this card will be featured in one of those videos and shown in hand, on screen, talked about at length, in detail by myself and Josh Dawson, who is at Northeast Sports Cards on Instagram. The other thing I would mention is now is probably a good time to remind you that because this is a hierarchy card, this is a card that's featured in the Michael Jordan hierarchy posters that I have available. I do have plenty left in inventory. I've sold almost 400 posters worldwide, and I do mean worldwide. I don't ship worldwide. I've been getting a lot of messages from Australia and Europe lately asking if I will ship there. I will not, but a lot of Aussies and a lot of the Euros recommend or they use Ship My Cards. Bryan Wells and the company Ship My Cards as a conduit. So I'll ship the stuff there, and then they can request shipment back to abroad whenever they get the chance. So those hierarchy posters are amazing. Go check out the videos that I have. It's in that same hierarchy playlist. If you want to know more about the poster, it's 3 foot by 2 foot. It's glossy. It's got 348 of Michael Jordan's best cards from the 90s, inserts and parallels. It's got them in tiers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they just keep getting bigger and better and badder as you go up the tiers. On the back, it's got the biggest pack odds list ever compiled for Michael Jordan basketball cards from the 90s. All right, this is the time in each Explore the Card episode where we kind of talk through, hey, man, look, I've got $35,000, right? Do I want to get a 3 Series BMW or do I want to get a Jordan card? I think we can all agree. I want a Jordan card, right? I can go drive a Tercel or a Honda Accord, a beat-up Honda Accord. Give me the linchpins, give me the platinum medallion, or give me this hardware card. So here's the comparison, right? We're talking about this, and I should, we're going to talk about it in a PSA 10 grade, okay? So we're talking about this card right here, right? It's PSA 10, 97 Metal Universe Championship hardware. I think I just called it Championship hardware, which is a Pop 11 and last sold for $34,500. You could get a linchpins, which Card Ladder thinks is worth about that price, $34,500. It last sold for $28,000, but it's hit as high as $35,000. Card Ladder says it's probably worth $35,000. That's a Pop 8 card and an unbelievable gorgeous card as well. I've definitely done an Explore the Card episode on that card. You could pick up a serial numbered Michael Jordan card, and not just any serial numbered Jordan card. This is a tier 2 hierarchy card as well. This is the platinum medallion from 97 Ultra number 23P. It is serial number to 100, and it is a Pop Gulp 3. This card has not sold in almost 10 years. Let that sink in. We have not seen this card sell in 10 years. The last time it sold for $2,588. Yes, please. I'll take all 3 of those. This is a card that is very high on my radar for the year 2025. I do not own it in any grade, but I plan to remedy that as soon as possible. And then the last card that's probably in that $35,000 range is this 1996 Fleer Thrill Seekers. Remember, there's 2 years of Thrill Seekers. The 96 is the super rare one. There's only 18 gems out there. This card sold for $25,000 in April of last year, and it was an all-time high. And look at this chart right here, guys. If that doesn't look like, hold on, let me turn this alarm off. How rude of me. I mean, that chart is a great indication of what's going on with Jordan cards, generally speaking, but it's a card that keeps breaking the record that it's set a couple of years before. 2018, 2020, 2020, 2021, dipped in 2022, and then it just got moving again. 19.9, big numbers, broke an all-time record the last time it did sell. The chart for the linchpins looks similar, except there was an adjustment in 2022, but this hasn't sold since 2022 either. So you're talking about a Pop 8, Pop 3, Pop 18, and then what are we talking about here? A Pop 11. What order would I take these cards in? Let me just give you my order. Card number 1, without any question, because I don't think Card Ladder's correct. I don't think Card Ladder says it's a $34,000 card. This card would sell almost without any hesitation for more than $50,000. So this would be my number 1 card. A, it's serial numbered and none of the other ones are. B, it's the lowest pop. C, it hasn't sold in forever. And D, I think it's worth 50 grand. So that would be card number 1, and it's really not even close. Card number 2 for me would be the linchpins. I would go here, number 2, and I do own a copy of this, but it's in a BGS 9.5 slab. The linchpins is the next lowest pop at a Pop pop 8, and it adjusted after the last sale. So maybe there's some hope you could get it for around the $25,000, $28,000 range as well. But Card Ladder thinks this one's probably around $35,000, $36,000 as well. But I would go linchpins here, number 2. Number 3, I would go with our card of the day. I'd go with the 1997 hardware. Again, pop 11. The last one was the all-time record, as we talked about. Same thing with the BGS 9.5. And then lastly, and I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating crackers, but this is the card that I would go with 4th, right? Instead of my BMW, I would go with the 96 Thrill Seekers. And guess what? That chart looks pretty delicious as well. $25,200 right there. Last sale was also the all-time high. And those are the cards that I would go with in that order. The Cajun Cardboard scale of Jordan card relevance. This is sort of out the window because now we have the hierarchy, so you can kind of figure what I think about a card by what tier it's in the hierarchy. But if we wanted to get precise and we wanted to use a 10-point Cajun Cardboard scale of Jordan card relevance, I would give this card an 8 out of 10, which is probably the grade I would give most cards on tier 2. The Platinum 100 I would probably give a 9 out of 10, just to kind of give you guys some idea. But that's it, guys. Episode number 73 of Explore the Card, where we took another deep dive at one of the most mesmerizing, delicious, succulent, scrumptious Michael Jordan inserts from the 90s, the 1997 Metal Universe Championship hardware insert. And that is a wrap, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you are interested in some of these hierarchy posters, I did a little intro to this video, and you can learn more about it by watching one of these videos that I'm about to send you to on the exit screen. Any questions you got, put them in the comments below. What do you want me to do in episode number 74? Pick a card, any card. Just make sure I haven't done it already. If this is the first time you're watching one of these, guys, I got 72 other ones out there waiting for your viewing pleasure. The pops and prices may have changed because I've been doing this for a few years, and we know Jordan cards these types of Jordan cards have certainly gone up in value, as we saw from the charts today. But we've got some other really great educational pieces out there in this Explore the Card playlist. I've got a whole playlist dedicated to just these types of episodes. It's under the Michael Jordan content tab playlist. It's also under the Explore the Card playlist. So that's a wrap, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I appreciate you guys watching. You could watch anything you want on YouTube, and you chose to watch the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel in this episode. So for that, I appreciate you. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby. Peace.